Hello and welcome to the Premier League here today, and my name is Gary Lineker, and we are here featuring the two matches on Matchday 28 as we're going to head to Birmingham as Aston Villa will take on the strugglers Everton in this match. And also the second match we'll be featuring also today is going to be at the Emirates as Arsenal versus Chelsea in the London derby. It's going to be very interesting between the two teams sitting in the top four position and who out of the two is going to leave here as the winner. And now let's get straight now to talk things through about the first matchup. Aston Villa versus here today Everton, and obviously Alan Hansen, tell us your thoughts on the two teams, Villa and Everton. The oldest fixture of Football League history, Aston Villa and Everton. Well, these two teams are the founding members of the British football pyramid way back 135 years ago. But now talk about now in the present, obviously Aston Villa are a team who are really trying to push towards those European places. But as for Everton, they're a team who obviously struggling, obviously 2 points clear outside the relegation drop at the moment this season. But for Aston Villa, they really want to get something today. They didn't play their last game to Tottenham, they didn't, because they missed out that fixture, and they'll be played in a couple of weeks from now playing Spurs to fulfil that match day 27. But again, I think they've got potential to maybe win here today. For Everton, exact same thing. They might even give it a go as well. Anything can happen in football. But we know that obviously both teams are looking for 3 points for a potential European hope for Aston Villa, and also for Everton for hopes for survival by the end of this season. Thanks, Alan. Now let's get to the match now at Villa Park. Aston Villa versus Everton, one of the oldest fixtures of Football League history. Let's get to the game. The oldest Football League fixture since the 1800s, the founding members of the Football League way back in 1818, and today they are playing each other here on match day 28 of the Premier League. There's only 10 games left of the season to go to determine on which position they're going to be at. Can Villa qualify for the Europa League or the Conference League, or maybe miss out on European football potentially? Or could Everton survive? Or could they become a championship team for the first time since 1954 was the last time they actually won the second tier of British football? But today's lineups, we've got Aston Villa, we've got a very good team in defence, we've got Carlos in defence, we've got John McGinn midfield with Douglas Luiz, we've got Leon Bailey, Ollie Watkins and captain Jack Grealish, and that's Dean Smith's team right there for Aston Villa. For Everton's side, for Duncan Ferguson's, obviously a very disappointing defeat to Manchester United last week at Old Trafford. They start with obviously the same lineup as last week, got Jordan Pickford in goal, we've got obviously Seamus Coleman, Keane, Dunk, Kajkowski and Milolenko, and also Anthony Gordon, Doucouré, Dele Alli, Dwight Young, and up front on his own we have is Dominic Calvert-Lewin for Everton. And Everton are prepared for this match, prepared for a battle. We're going to find out these two teams and who will survive by the end of this matchup here at Villa Park. We've got obviously Martinez in goal, he's ready, and also Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Can he score some bangers here for Everton? And here we go, we're here at Villa Park, ladies and gentlemen, and we are live. And this is a good start here from Ollie Watkins here. He beats past one defender for Everton here. Might go 1-0 up already here. Right in the hands of obviously Jordan Pickford. The British goalkeeper saved that one. And now obviously to Dele Alli now. Wins it back for Everton. Now pings it all the way now to obviously there to McGinn. Wins it back now. And now obviously Doucouré now for Everton. Doucouré now to Dele Alli. Now Dominic Calvert-Lewin. And now it's Anthony Gordon now. Looking for maybe a potential chance maybe for Everton here. And now here's back now to Coleman. And now obviously now Concia now. And that's going to be a fail it seems like. Everton's got themselves a free kick. And Anthony Gordon will take the free kick to the Evertonians. And can Everton get themselves something by this goal maybe here? A free kick potential goal potentially. So Everton obviously want to get results in the bag. Obviously they're not doing quite well this season. And they are fighting for relegation, obviously with Southampton and Watford, all those teams with the threats down below them. And they are sitting in 17th place in survival mode though. And now Anthony Gordon! Oh, that could have been the goal there for a free kick against obviously Aston Villa here at Villa Park. And he beat the wall, but he didn't beat the goal. And obviously there Martinez will take it. Now pass it to Concia now to Matty Cash. Now to McGinn. Now John McGinn. Now obviously to Ollie Watkins. And now pass it there now to Leon Bailey. And now this Jack Grealish now is through. Jack Grealish! 1-0 Aston Villa. And the boys in clouds of blue are in the lead here against Everton in one of the oldest fixtures in Football League history. And Jack Grealish puts Everton down to 1-0, trailing by 1-0 as Villa are now in the lead. Great goal right there for Aston Villa for Jack Grealish, the Teddy's man for Aston Villa. 7 goals this season in 21 matches. Obviously he had a couple injuries he's had throughout this season, but it's good to be fit and ready and prepared, obviously, for Aston Villa to push themselves for a European place by the end of the next 10 games from now in this season, left of the season. And now Dominic Calvert-Lewin. And now back to Kamara. Now Kamara now to obviously Douglas Luiz. Now back now to obviously Keane. Now Dunk. Dele Alli. Now James Tchaikovsky. Now Malinko now, the Ukrainian now, defender, fullback now, past there to Dwight Young. It could be, it could have been right there for Dele Alli, but it's a goal kick for Aston Villa. And now obviously now Target, and now obviously Gordon, Dele Alli, now Ali now to Matty Cash. Now here's now to McGinn, now Kamara. And now here's Bailey. Leon Bailey now, okay, lost control of the ball here. And now to obviously Dominic Calvert-Lewin. And now obviously now McNeil. Head away there from Aston Villa. And now John McGinn now wins it back. And now it's obviously now to Ollie Watkins is through, pressing through. It's going to be 2 and a save there from Jordan Pickford to stop that one from going past the net. That was a chance there. And now here's back now to obviously Gordon. Now to Corey. Now to McNeil. And now Dele Alli. Now Dele Alli. Good clearance again. Now Cash. Now back now to Dele Alli. Now McNeil. Could be. Now obviously now Malinko. McNeil. Could be a chance maybe. Okay, now obviously Diego Carlos now to obviously there to Watkins. Douglas Luiz. Watkins is through. 2-0. Good defending there from Everton right there. Good defending from them. They've been really holding back now, Everton. Now Dele Alli. Now Dominic Calvert-Lewin. And now obviously Kamara. Now James Tchaikovsky. Now to Dele Alli. And now Dwight McNeil. Now press on there from Dwight. Okay. And now Gordon. And now Calvert-Lewin. Right in the hands of their Martinez. Now Tchaikovsky. Okay, that's going to be now a free kick for Everton. Just before half time. It's still 1-0 to Villa. There's no way back now. No way back now, it looks like, before half time. And out. Header there for Everton. Oh, to the keeper's hands. Very firmly right there from him. Now, back now to Everton here. And now, what's happening here now? About to, obviously, Malinko now. Melaninko. Okay, Everton win it back again. Okay, that's going to be half time. The whistle blows at Villa Park. And only Jack Grealish is the only player, the only skipper who's a goal scorer in this match. The captain. A great goal there for Jack Grealish. And the game ends here today at Villa Park as Aston Villa 1, Everton 0 at the break. Second half, and here we are. Jack Grealish was the only goal scorer in the first half, he is. And now it's Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Now he's pressing through. Dominic Calvert-Lewin's through. Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Oh, hit the wall. Now Kamara. And now Watkins. Now to Bailey. Now to Watkins. Watkins is through. A goal! Aston Villa are now 2-0 up. And it was Leon Bailey. It's 2-0 Aston Villa. And it looks like to me that Everton are going to have a nightmare, I think, in one of the most oldest fixtures in Football League history. Aston Villa and Everton. And Villa are on top of Everton here. A goal scored. And Villa are now 2-0 up in front in this match. Yeah, 2 goals from Villa right there. No way back now, obviously, there for Everton, it doesn't look like. Now, obviously, there, Leon Bailey. Now, back to Kamara. Now, Bailey. Nice press on here from Bailey now. Nice counter press again. Now, it's again now for Watkins. Oh, easy there. Back to the hands there of Jordan Pickford. And now, obviously, Gordon. And now, here's, obviously, target. Douglas Luiz. Now McGinn. Watkins. Oh, right in the hands there of Jordan Pickford. And now obviously Gordon now. Lost it again. Now is obviously Watkins there. Okay. Right in the hands there of Jordan Pickford. And now obviously Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Now obviously there is Everton here. Losing the ball here now at the target. To Watkins. And now Villa now pressing on here on Everton's defence. And that's going to be, look like a substitution being made here. Obviously Matty Target comes off, and also Frederick Gulleberg comes on for Aston Villa in the match. So there you go. So is Keane, will take it. To Seamus Coleman, very short pass there from him. And now is obviously there to Gulleberg. And now is to Douglas Luiz. And now obviously there to Jack Grealish. Now Grealish now presses it on to Watkins. Now McGinn. Bailey. Goal! Oh! Douglas Luiz! Oh! That could have been right in the hands of obviously Jordan Pickford. Decore. Dele Alli. Now Calvert-Lewin. And now is Ali. Press on here to Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Calvert-Lewin! Oh, save there to the goalkeeper there. Corner for Everton. Now Gordon. Header there. A goal! And Everton got themselves a header from Dominic Calvert-Lewin. What a header there from Dominic Calvert-Lewin. That's a goal back in the game for Everton. And the Evertonians and the Clarets and Blue have got themselves a goal conceded. And the Blues of the away opposition, Everton, got a goal back in the match from Dominic Calvert-Lewin. But it's still 2-1 though for Villa though. So they're still in the lead in this match. Now Ollie Watkins. Okay, now Watkins now back to Lewis Dunk. Good defender from Dunk there. Now to Decore. Might look for a second here, they might do. We'll get a comeback potentially. And now it's Gilbert. Now to obviously there to Watkins. Now it's Seamus Coleman now to Gordon. And now it's obviously there, obviously Calvert-Lewin there. He tried, didn't do as great. But now obviously there to Watkins. And now Bailey's through 1v1. A goal scored for Villa, and they definitely want this victory. They definitely want to win this match. And they have got themselves a goal to extend the lead. It's 3-1 in this match. 3-1. Press on, counter press there from Aston Villa. And that's a goal right there for Villa right there from Leon Bailey. So 3-1. And now Villa win the ball back. Bailey. Now McGinn. Now it's pressed on again here from obviously McGinn. Looking for maybe a goal back. And we say a penalty's been given. And Lewis Dunk, I think he committed a handball by mistake, I think that's the referee wasn't impressed about. I think it deflected off the hand of Dunk by accident, and the referee doesn't like it. So now it's going to be a penalty for Aston Villa to make it 4. So we've got Leon Bailey to score maybe another goal in this matchup here against Jordan Pickford. Bailey. And he puts it in the roof of the net, and Aston Villa are 4-1 up in the match. And I think there's definitely 3 points there for Aston Villa, the team from Birmingham. They really want to bounce back. They want to be in those European places by the end of this season to potentially qualify for Europa League or the Conference League despite. But that's a great goal there for Villa. 4-1 to them in the matchup. 4-1 from a penalty from Leon Bailey. And now is obviously Calvert-Lewin. And now Calvert-Lewin now on the press. And oh, that could have been it. That really could have been it right there. Now obviously Martinez will take the ball short here to Concia. The Cash. Now to Bailey. Got 4 minutes left to stoppage time remaining here. 4 minutes of stoppage time remaining in this match. And now Douglas Luiz might go for a fifth here. Watkins saved there from Pickford. Good clearance away there from Everton. Over any minute now. And now press on here from obviously Dwight McNeil. And it's over in it. And it is over. And the whistle blows here for full time here at Villa Park. As the game ends here by 4 goals to 1. A hat-trick there for Leon Bailey. And I've got to say, he deserves a match ball today. He was magnificent for Aston Villa and for Dean Smith's side. And Everton unfortunately have lost. And they've got a lot of work to do. They've got any chance of survival for this season. But it ends here as 4-1 to Villa. And that's all there from Villa there. Good victory for Aston Villa. Hat-trick for Leon Bailey. Alan, tell me your thoughts on the game. Yeah, big victory for Aston Villa. Fair play to Leon Bailey. Score a hat-trick in the matchup. I thought Villa were very strong. They were very at it today. They were very prepared for this matchup today. And I think Everton were very vulnerable throughout the whole majority of the match. They had some couple of chances there, Everton, though, but weren't promising ones, though. And unfortunately, that's meant to be for a defeat for them. And for Aston Villa, that's hope for them maybe for a European push. Now from Villa versus Everton to Arsenal versus Chelsea in the London derby. But before we get to the game, Alan, tell us your thoughts about the two teams before kick-off, because they're both currently in the top 4. We all know that, however, Arsenal are currently above Chelsea in the league in 3rd place, and Chelsea are in 4th place on the same points as one another, but the better goal difference goes to Arsenal. But tell us your thoughts in this match before we get to kick-off. Yeah, we know that it's going to be a very big game for both teams. Both teams are obviously want to be in the Champions League this season. They did miss out on that last season. As we know, Chelsea played in the Conference League, and obviously Arsenal qualified in 6th position last year in the Europa League. Two teams had a very poor season last year, but this season it's been a very good season for both sides, and we'll see out the two teams who's going to win. You can't split the two, but we'll find out by this match who's going to be the better ones. But I think Arsenal should be the ones who should be on top with Chelsea today, because they're in front of their crowd, in front of their supporters, and the fans are going to be really behind Arsenal today. But as for Chelsea, however, they obviously got their away supporters, and also their team have been very good away from home as well, beating the big boys like Man United at Old Trafford, and also they even beaten Man City in the opening game of the season at the Etihad Stadium way back in February. So it could be anyone's game here between Arsenal and Chelsea today. Okay, let's get straight now to the game coverage now between Chelsea and Arsenal. Let's get to the match at the Emirates. And here we are at the Emirates here today. The North London is going to be Arsenal versus Chelsea. It is 3rd versus 4th here today at the Emirates. And Arsenal are currently in 3rd place in the Premier League, while Chelsea is sitting 4th. They're on the same points as one another, on 63 points. But Arsenal have got the better goal difference compared to Chelsea. But Tammy Abraham's been on the score sheet quite lately recently, and he's going to be a major threat for Chelsea today. And maybe he might get a victory away from home here at the Emirates. We'll have to wait and see about that. So the start 11 for today for Arsenal. We've got Ramsdale in goal for Arsenal. Also we have Tomiyasu. We have also there Saliba, White, Gabriel, Saka, Odegaard and Aqua, and also Martinelli, and also Zaha, and also Jesus up front for Mikel Arteta's Arsenal. That's a big team that is there for the Gunners, however. But obviously Cesar Laquesta, the captain for Chelsea, leading on the Chelsea team. doing quite well this season, Chelsea, after very two poor finishes outside the top four for 2 consecutive seasons. But maybe top four could happen this season for Tuchel in his first season. We've got obviously Mendy in goal, Reece James, Paqueta, Kurt Zouma, Cucurella, Luis Alberto, Declan Rice, Jorginho and Mason Mount. Obviously Mertens and also Tammy Abraham will be the team for Chelsea for today. And Chelsea are capable on beating the big boys, of course, away from home. Even beat Man City at the start of the season, they did, by 2-1 in the first game of the season. They are the league leaders at the moment in the Premier League. But they are capable of beating big teams. Even beating Manchester United also at Old Trafford as well. So Chelsea had a very good season, obviously, having 2 poor seasons the last consecutive times. And obviously Ralph Rangnick and Frank Lampard was the previous managers and was sacked by the Chelsea hierarchy. I think Tuchel's the right man for the job. And now here we go, and let's get this match on the way right now between Chelsea and Arsenal here at the Emirates. And it's Luis Alberto. And now all the way now to, now back to now Gabriel. Now obviously Ben White. Now Odegaard. Now Jesus. Press on here from Jesus here to Zaha. We know that Arsenal, however, did actually lose in their previous match-up to Newcastle in their last game by 5-1. So they really want to get back into winning ways. And now, this is Zaha! And a goal's been scored! And there's a great goal there for Wilfried Zaha. And the Ivory Coast forward makes it 1-0 to the Gunners in this match-up against Chelsea in the London derby. What a goal there for Arsenal. And it is 1-0 to the good in this game. Very good goal. What a strike right there for Zaha. Beats past Mendy, and it is 1-0 to Arsenal in the game. And Super Mikel Arteta will be very proud on his Arsenal team that put themselves in the lead early on in the match. Very good goal there for Wilfried Zaha in the 7th minute of the game. Arsenal 1, Chelsea 0 at the moment, and Chelsea look like they are not in good position at the moment, however, to say anything. Now Luis Alberto, and now is Mason Mount. Now here's obviously Saka. Now Jesus. Jesus is through. Pressing on here on. Make it 2-0 here for Arsenal maybe. It could be a save there from Mendy. Good save there from Mendy right there. Chelsea might have got themselves saved there by the goalkeeper. Corner here for Arsenal. So Saka will take it. Cross into the box. Punch away. Mendy. And now is Mertens. And now into the foreign here for Chelsea here, Reece James. Now Jorginho. And now it's going to be now, obviously, Aqua will take it. Now pass to Gabriel. Now Jesus. Now obviously there's Luis Alberto. Now is obviously Declan Rice. Paqueta. And now here's obviously Mertens here. Mertens! What a save there for Ramsdale. What a save from him. What a save. He made a good arms on that. He did. His big arms made him save that one. And Tuchel there looks like he really is animating the touchline to get a goal potentially here for Chelsea. And now Mertens now cross it in. Punch away there from Ramsdale. Maybe a goal in. Chelsea are back in the game. And a goal has been scored by Kurt Zouma. And a likely source, a defender for Chelsea, have got themselves back in the level in the match here at the Emirates. Oh, that was a bit of a mistake at the back there from Arsenal, from Ramsdale, who punched the ball from across there. Punched, and then to Zouma for the rebound, back to him, volleyed it for the second time. And it's now a goal back for Chelsea. 1-1 in the match. 1-1. Now Jesus. And now back now to obviously Mertens here. For Chelsea now. Chelsea press on here. It might look for a second goal here for Chelsea. It's going to be over. Is it going to be 2-1? And Chelsea have got themselves in front. What a jigsaw puzzle we've had. Jorginho. Because I can't believe this. Arsenal were leading by 1-0. And now Chelsea have got a second goal in the match. In front in the match. From 1-0 down to 2-1. And Chelsea look like they are doing something right. And Ramsdale couldn't save that one. Poor mistake there at the back there for Arsenal there. And that cost them 2-1 and they're in the lead, Chelsea. And now Bukayo Saka now. He's looking for maybe a goal back here to make it 2-2. And a save there from Mendy. Yes, Mendy saves it now. Luis Alberto knocks there to Mason Mount. Now Mount there to Tammy Abraham. Now to Mount. Now to Mertens. Now to Jorginho. And now what's going to happen here now to Jesus. And now Zaha. Zaha's through. Could be a goal for Arsenal. It goes back. 2-2. And the Gunners are not giving up without a fight. And Gabriel Jesus makes it 2-2. What a game we're having here, ladies and gentlemen. What a game we're having here in front of our television screens. Arsenal are back in it. And Chelsea, what a game here at the London Derby. And it is 2-2 as we speak. It was close though. Very close this match. Now Mertens. Now Tammy Abraham. Now back to now Gabriel. Now Saliba. Now obviously here to Zaha. Zaha now to Odegaard. Okay, now to Reece James. Now Jorginho. And now here's now to Aqua. Arsenal might get something back, getting themselves in front. And it looks like it is offside though. I thought it was a foul right there committed from Chelsea defender. But it's offside apparently so. Because Odegaard passed it in the offside position to Zaha. So free kick here for Chelsea. And Cesar Quest will take it. Pass it short there. Nice there to obviously Luis Alberto. And now here's to Mertens. Now obviously White. Now okay, now to Mertens. Now press on here for Chelsea. Chelsea might look to get back. Tammy Abraham. A goal for 3-2. What a game we're having here in the first half. The first half's been absolutely magical. And he's gone away now to this obviously Callum or Hudson-Odoi. Obviously celebrating with him. And the Chelsea away fans are delightful. And Thomas Tuchel's side are now back in front. What a game we've had. Obviously a 5-goal thrill in the first half. There's been goals galore in this London derby. And it's now 3-2 Chelsea before half time. Chelsea in the lead here. And now is Zaha. Looking to get back in the game to make it 3-3. Now Zuma. Now Alberto. Now Jorginho. Alberto. Now Mertens. Abraham. Now Abraham's through. He lobbed the goalkeeper at the crossbar. Oh, that could have been. We're back here now for the second half here. Corner here for Arsenal. And now here's now to maybe. Could be a chance here for Arsenal maybe to get back. Good defending there from Kurt Zoom, the goal scorer already in this match. To Tammy Abraham. Now Tammy. Now to Mertens, it's through! He presses on! He presses on! Mertens! Oh, save! Oh, tried to. And now here's obviously Tomiyasu. Zaha. And now it's obviously Martinelli. And now Jesus. Tomiyasu. And now Saka. And oh, save. Now a boot away there from obviously Chelsea. Now throw it. It's being given here. Now some substitutes being made. Obviously Martinelli will be coming off, and also Buendia comes on for Arsenal, super sub. Still trading though, but Arsenal got more possession compared to Chelsea in this match by 54% to 46. Now Martin Odegaard now to Jesus. Oh, it's 3-3, and it is a great game between the two teams here at the Emirates. You can't split them, you can't. And Arsenal are maybe, just maybe, back in the game. It is 3-3, it is. But anything goes. We've still got a long way left until the end of the matchup. Anything goes though. But 3-3. Beautiful strike there from Jesus. And now here's a good ball here from Saka. Saka. Bukayo Saka's now through here for Arsenal. Now here's obviously Tomiyasu. Buendia. Aqua. Buendia. Martin Odegaard. Fourth. Oh, right in the hands there from Mendy. And it's been a very good game. I've got to say, very entertaining match in this London derby between Chelsea and Arsenal here at the Emirates. The fans are trying Arsenal here. It's getting very intense here at the Emirates. And now Mertens now. Now to Tammy Abraham. He's through 1v1 here. Solo. And he beats past Ramsdale, and Chelsea are back in front. 4-3 at the Emirates. That could be a very impressive victory for the Blues if they can get something out of this. Tammy Abraham. We all know that he's a great goal scorer on goal. And Chelsea are 4-3 up in the match. Before 10 minutes to go before the end of the game. Now Jorginho. Okay. Now Tomiyasu. Now it's Gabriel. Now header. Now is Kurt Suma. And now Arsenal win it back. Now it's obviously there on Tomiyasu. Okay, win it back now again. Now header now. Now obviously back there to Aqua. Now Tomiyasu. Saka. Saka now. Could be a chance maybe. And it's going to be now a free kick. Obviously Arsenal got a substitution to be made. Obviously they are training here at the Emirates. Eddie Nketiah is coming on. And it's the 90th minute of the match. Can Arsenal get back before injury time? Now here's, okay, it's over. And the whistle blows and Chelsea have done it. They have beaten Arsenal here at the Emirates. That is unexpected. How Chelsea can pull that up against their arch rivals from London, Arsenal here. What a victory. Tammy Abraham's been the player of the game, I've got to say. The man of the match goes to him. But the match ends here today here at the Emirates Stadium as it was Arsenal came second best. As it was Arsenal 3, Chelsea 4. A huge goal fest between Arsenal and Chelsea here at the Emirates. But Alan, tell us your thoughts on today's match. What a game. What a contest. You know, loads of goals between both teams in both ends of the pitch. It felt like a basketball matchup, it felt like. But I think Arsenal should come out being a bit disappointed, to be honest with you. They're at home. They expect to win today. They should win today in front of their crowd today. But they felt very disappointed. They lost to Newcastle in the last previous matchup. They did by 5-1. And losing another back-to-back defeat for them, that's not good enough. If they want to try and compete for the league title this season, I don't think they're going to happen. Because I think they've been sloppy, and they've been that like the last two games. A bit of a blip, I think, the last two matches so far this season for Arsenal. But again, it's a big win for Chelsea, and congratulations for Tuchel and also for Tammy Abraham to actually be on the score sheet a few times today. Thanks, Alan. That's all we have time for here today for all the Premier League action of all the featured matches today. Let's get to the game highlights for all the other 8 coverage matches here of the Premier League. Not going to start with Newcastle wanted early on the matchup because Rangers got themselves in the lead by a goal from Tom Lawrence to make it 1-0 to Rangers, and Newcastle trail in the first 20 minutes of the game, and Rangers in the lead. However, for Newcastle got themselves back in the matchup as Chris Wood gets himself a goal in the game to make it 1-1. And the crowd for the Toon Army from St James's Park are so getting loud they are in the matchup as Chris Wood makes it 1-1 to get themselves equalised in the game. However, for Rangers got themselves a second goal in the matchup to make it 2-1 and put themselves through by a goal there from Glenn Kamara, who strikes past the goalkeeper Nick Pope to make it 2-1 Rangers in the game. And however, for Newcastle, obviously Chris Wood got themselves a second goal in the game to make it 2-2. And Newcastle are not giving up without a fight against Rangers. I know they did that obviously in the Emirates FA Cup when Rangers knocked them out in the replay. But obviously here today, Newcastle mean business and they are back in it to make it 2-2. Almiron takes the free kick, strikes it, saved by McGregor. And then Newcastle again from Joe Linton, knocks it there to Chris Wood to get himself a hat-trick in the match to go 3-2 up in the game. And Newcastle, for the first time in this match, they're in front at St James's Park for the first time here today. A well-deserved hat-trick for Chris Wood, 3 goals from him, and the referee gives him the match ball because Newcastle won here only by that man. The next Alan Shearer, I reckon, Chris Wood. Obviously he scored a hat-trick today as the match ends here today at St James's Park, as it is Newcastle 3, Rangers 2. The league leaders Man City versus the team who are rock bottom Portsmouth. It did start not bad for Man City because Benzema puts past the ball past Dean Henderson in the first minute in the match. Obviously that was the quickest goal probably this season so far for Benzema to score, as Man City mean business, and it's 1-0 already in the game for the Sky Blues. Nice counter press there from Man City as Corella knocked all the way to a sweaty pass there to Benzema and beats past the goalkeeper again. And that's his second goal in the match up there for the Frenchman Karim Benzema to make it 2-0 to City in the match. And then however Man City made it 3 as Phil Foden beats past Dean Henderson to make it 3-0 to Man City. And Dean Henderson was absolutely vulnerable right there as Phil Foden makes it 3 before half time. But before half time, Corella beats all the way past all the defenders, and it's now 4-0 Man City. And there's no one could stop City in their tracks. And Pompey, however, look like they're really going to be in big trouble now for the next 10 games from now if they've got any chance of survival, because Man City are thrashed them here in the first half by 4-0. And then however Man City in the second half, Benzema beats past defender, strikes it home, and another goal again from Karim Benzema, and that is his hat-trick in the game for the Frenchman, and it's 5-0. And then City made it 6 in the match as Karim Benzema beats past Dean Henderson, and it's now 6-0 to Manchester City in the game. Beats past all defenders of Portsmouth and then strikes it home for his 4th goal in the match for Man City in the match today, and the Frenchman puts it in. Well done to him. And then a corner cross came in for Man City. Another header from Benzema. Another goal for him. He's been absolutely unstoppable this season, Benzema. The top goal scorer this season. And he's done so well on that ball. He timed it. He composed it into that top corner. And another goal again for Man City in the match. And then Portsmouth, however, got themselves a consolation goal as Ivan Toney puts the ball past Henderson to get 1 goal back in the game for Pompey. Benzema never gave up as he scored another goal in the matchup. He keeps on scoring every single goal this season, Benzema. He can't stop scoring. And now it's 8-1 to Manchester City. And he beats Henderson there for another time in the game. Six goals from that man, Karim Benzema. A double hat-trick for him today as he beats past Pompey with 6 goals past the Portsmouth team, and the Man City team beat past Portsmouth with 8 goals against them here at the Etihad Stadium. As the match ends here today, as Man City 8, Portsmouth 1. However, good counter press there from Liverpool as Thiago passed it nice there to Dybala, and then he beats past Raya to make it 1-0 against Brentford in the matchup. A great goal there from Pablo Dybala, the Argentinian, and it is 1-0 to Liverpool. And then Liverpool made it 2. A great cross from Robertson. Header right there. Nice there again to make it 2-0 to Liverpool from a goal from Matteo to make it 2-0 to the Kop. However, Liverpool made it 3 in the game as Pablo Diabala's second goal he scored and beats past Raya once more at the Brentford Community Stadium. And Brentford look like they are so poor and vulnerable now as Liverpool got past 3 against them just before half time. However, for Brentford, they got themselves a goal back in the game as Kasper Dolberg, their talisman for Brentford, got themselves a goal back. And maybe there's hope for Brentford. It's not even half time yet. It could be hope. They might even get back in the matchup. Anything goes this match though. But they got 1 goal back though for Brentford. But it's still 3-1 Liverpool. And then, however, a great goal there from Pablo Diabala to get himself a hat-trick. And beats past Raya also once more. As David Raya looks so poor and vulnerable at the back. But unfortunately, Pablo Diabala puts it through to get a hat-trick in the game. And there's no way back now for Brentford. In the second half, counter press again there for Roberto Firmino. Sweaty pass there to Darwin Nunez to make it 5-1 to Liverpool. And I've got to say that was absolutely magnificent there for Liverpool in the match to really do quite well. And they did that smoothly. And now it's 5-1 to Liverpool in the match. And then, however, Pablo Diabala skips past Ben Mee. 1v1 also once again against obviously David Raya. And poor defending from Brentford, I've got to say. Liverpool's been so strong and quick and fast attacking wise. And Brentford looks so poor. And they look like they're definitely going to lose this matchup. And again, poor defending at the back again from Ben Mee. Mistake made from him. Gave the ball to Roberto Firmino. Turn around David Raya. And it's now 7-1 to Liverpool in the match. And there's no way back now for Brentford. And they've been absolutely humiliated. It's probably the first humiliation that Brentford ever had this season since they've been in the top flight of British football since they've been promoted from this division. And the game ends here today with 4 goals from Pablo Diabala. Hat-trick for him. He deserves to win that match ball. And they've been absolutely humiliated, Brentford, today. As Liverpool came today and won here as the match ends here at the Brentford Community Stadium at West London. As it was Brentford 1, Liverpool 7. And however, Wolves got themselves in the lead by Adama Traore. Scored and beats past Schmeichel to make it 1-0 to Wolves in the matchup. And that is hope for the Midlands side to get themselves a goal. And they did that early on in the match in the 3rd minute of the game. And beats past the goalkeeper Schmeichel to make it 1-0 to Wolves. However, Leicester City responded back. A great goal from Freak, the Belgium, and makes it 1-1. And Leicester City look like they're not giving up without a fight. Not giving up without a fight. And it is now 1-1 in the game here today at the Molineux. And then the Wolves, however, got themselves back in the lead. A sweaty pass there to Raul Jimenez. And it's now 2-1 to Wolves in the game here at the Midlands. Good ball right there, pass there to Raul Jimenez. All he had to do is just tap it in. And now it's 2-1 to Wolves. They're back in front. However, Wolves made it 3-1 as a nice ball pass there to Morgan Gibbs-White. Speaks past Schmeichel. And now Wolves made it 3-1 to extend the lead. And there's no way back now for Leicester. I guarantee you that. As Morgan Gibbs-White makes it 3 and beats past Schmeichel. And then, however, Leicester City now a counter press there from Jamie Vardy for Leicester. Scored to make it another goal back in the match for Leicester. Still trailing though against Wolves, but that's some hope for Leicester. A goal for him, and maybe Leicester could get back in the game. The ball basically tripped from his foot, went past him. And then, however, Raul Jimenez made it 4-2, and the team from the North Midlands here, Wolverhampton Wanderers, extend the lead and beats past their Leicester City to make it 4-2 at Molineux. And obviously Bruno Lage will be very delighted about that. And that win might push them up the table after that victory. And that which it did, as Wolves here today won the matchup here against Leicester City. They've been struggling around that relegation battle. They've had some couple of good wins recently, Wolves, and today's a big one, beating Leicester City, and that gives them a lot of hope now for survival this season. Wolves 4, Leicester City 1. What a good start for Spurs. In the third minute of the matchup, Fekir beats past Mourier to make it 1-0 to Tottenham in the match. And the fans for Tottenham are going loud here at White Hart Lane, and Leeds look like very disappointed. And Spurs got themselves a second as Richarlison passed there to Fekir to make it 2-0 in the match. Extend the lead, and 2 goals from the same player as Fekir was on the score sheet once again and beats past Mourier once more to make it 2-0 to Spurs in the match. And then Fekir assisted the ball to Heung-min Son to get himself on the score sheet, and he does. And Mourier looks so poor in goal. He's conceded a 3rd goal in the match, and Spurs are going marching in, and it is 3-1 Tottenham. From Mourinho's side, it wasn't really over at all, as they got themselves a 5th goal before injury time, but in 10 minutes to go left of the game, as Heung-min Son scores his 2nd goal from another sweaty pass, as Son, all he had to do is hit it, and he did, and it's now 5-0 Tottenham. And then, however, Richarlison knocked the ball there to Son Heung-min, and that's a hat-trick right there for Son Heung-min, the Korean, and now it's 6-0 to Spurs in the matchup, and Leeds United looks so poor at the back, and Song strikes it, and Mourier looks like he was beaten, and it is a goal. And a huge cross right there for Spurs to Fekir again, and he puts himself again on the score sheet, and Spurs are on fire. What a ball there for Spurs, a great assist to Fekir, and Tottenham are now 7 goals up in the match. 7-0. Son Heung-min scores a hat-trick. He was on fire also today. And the fans of Tottenham are so happy. They've got 7 goals past Leeds here today at White Hart Lane. And the whistle blows here, injury time, as this game ended here as Tottenham Hotspur 7, Leeds United 0. West Ham, however, got themselves in the lead early on the matchup. A great goal there from Lanzini, and West Ham, the Irons, lead by 1-0 against Celtic. Great ball there from Lanzini, the Argentinian, and as a strike, beats past the keeper, and 1-0 to West Ham, the Hammers, in the game. And now ball pass there to Antonio, 1v1 to Joe Hart, and beats past Joe Hart again, and West Ham are doing incredibly well here to extend the lead, and that is something for West Ham to try and push themselves away, far away from the relegation zone, and then they lead now by 2-0. And then Celtic got themselves back in the matchup as Edouard chipped the ball all the way to Jota, and then Jota pressed on against the goalkeeper Fabianski, and Celtic are back in the game, and that's 1 goal back for him and for Jota, and there's some hope for Celtic. Celtic got themselves a red card, they did, from Shane Duffy. Slide tackle with Marko Arnautovic. He was the last man, he was. And the referee ran all the way to Shane Duffy and gives him a straight red card. And now he'll be suspended the next matchup. He will be next game. And we know that they are down to 10 men, Celtic. And it's a free kick for West Ham United. Even though that Celtic are down to 10 men, Edouard pressed on against Fabianski and beats past Fabianski with down to 10 men just before half time. And it's now 2-2 in the game here at the London Stadium. And however, now Celtic, however, try and get themselves another goal in the match. And they did that as the down to 10 men Edouard puts it free to make for Celtic. They're down to 10 men, but they've still got the chances in the team to deliver. And they've done that quite impressively well, they did. And it's now 3-2 to Celtic here at the London Stadium. A cross came in from Celtic, header right there to make it 4-2 to Celtic. And a great cross there from Celtic FC to make it 4. Great header there from Julian, and it is 4-2 to the Greens. West Ham got themselves back in the game. They did that as Marko Arnautovic and Antonio passed it through, beats past Joe Hart, and that's a hope maybe West Ham might get back in the game. And it is a goal back, and maybe there's a chance for West Ham to redeem themselves in the match. And then, however, nice shot there, hit the post, it did, twice it did, and it went back to Arnautovic, rebounded to him, and West Ham are now back in the matchup to 4-4. And there's a comeback now for West Ham, and they've got that redemption hopefully by the end of the match. But it wasn't meant to be, because Celtic from Edouard was 1v1 to Fabiganski to kill off the match and the end of the game, and they nicked off the draw potentially, or hope for a draw for West Ham came to a close because Celtic got themselves a late winner against West Ham at the London Stadium, and that's probably likely now they're going to win the match. And I've got to say, Edouard was on the score sheet 3 times, a hat-trick for him today, and that last-minute goal for Celtic gave them the 3 points. It could have been a draw today. It could have been a very tight match between West Ham and Celtic. But Celtic leave here at East London here today with a victory as it ends here. West Ham 4, Celtic 5. It's a chance for AFC Richmond to get themselves in front from Rojas. Had his shot saved. And then Shea Adams pressed on against the goalkeeper and scored the goal for Southampton, the Saints, to put themselves in the lead. And maybe there's hope maybe for a chance for Southampton to get themselves their first victory back after poor results recently in the Premier League. Then, however, Southampton extend their points to make it 2 as Danny Ings beats past the goalkeeper again for AFC Richmond, and a great goal there for the Saints, as a great goal there from Danny Ings to make it 2-0 to extend the lead here at St Mary's. Huge disappointment right there for Ted Lasso's AFC Richmond, because Southampton have got some hope and maybe they could get out of this relegation mess, because only now 2 points from Everton, as they're now up to 22 points in 18th place, and Everton's got 24 points in 17th place in the safety zone. And can Southampton win the next few games to hopefully get themselves safe? But the match ends here today 2-0 to Southampton. And Manchester United got themselves 1v1 there to the goalkeeper Bouchman, as Jadon Sancho scores a pass his club he used to play for when he was a young boy. In his schoolboy days he played for Watford, and he scored against them in a 1v1 as United are in the lead. Another solo 1v1 for Marcus Rashford, beats past the goalkeeper Bouchman to make it 2-0 to Manchester United. A very good goal there for United there again to extend the lead here at Vicarage Road. And United again got themselves another solo 1v1 to Bouchman. Poor defending from Watford, however, sleepy at the back, and Marcus Rashford scores his second goal for Manchester United in the match here today. And in the second half, Man United, however, got themselves the 4th goal as Harry Kane speeds past Bouchman to make it 4-0 to Manchester United here at Vicarage Road. What a strike there for Kane. What a strike for him. And Watford look so poor, they do. And it is now 4-0 to Manchester United, of course, here at Vicarage Road. And then United, however, pressed on from Bruno Fernandes to beat past the defender, beats past the goalkeeper to make it 5 for Manchester United. And however, for them, they've been so good they've been recently of results. Back-to-back victories once again for the first time this season after a poor first half of the Premier League campaign. And Bruno Fernandes makes it 5. However, Watford got themselves a consolation goal for the Turkish Tufan. Got 1 goal back for Watford. A bit of pride for Watford, however, as they are struggling this season to try and get themselves victories. And maybe right there is a bit of a practice, maybe for the next match when they hopefully win in the next game, maybe so, in the Premier League, if they've got any chance to survive this season. The match ends here today at Vicarage Road here at Hertfordshire, as the game ends here as Watford 1, Manchester United 5 at the end of the game. The official results for Matchday 28. Southampton 2, AFC Richmond 0, West Ham United 4, Celtic 5, Arsenal 3, Chelsea 4, Aston Villa 4, Everton 1, Tottenham Hotspur 7, Leeds United 0, Wolves 4, Leicester City 2, Brentford 1, Liverpool 7, Watford 1, Manchester United 5, Manchester City 7, Portsmouth 1, Newcastle United 3, Rangers 2. The Premier League table as it stands, we have is Man City atop with 71 points. In second place we have is Liverpool with 67 points. In third we have is Chelsea with 66. In fourth we have is Arsenal with 63 points. In fifth we have is Spurs with 53. In sixth we have is Newcastle with 46. In seventh we have is Aston Villa with 46. Man United 8th outside the European positions with 45 points. In ninth we have is Celtic with 39. And to wrap up the top half of the table is AFC Richmond with 37. In the bottom half of the table we have is Brentford with 34 points. In 12th place we have is Leeds with 34 points. In 13th place we have is Leicester City with 33 points. In 14th, climbing up the table from 16th place with his Wolves with 30 points. In 15th place we have West Ham United with 29 points. In 16th place we have his Rangers with 29 points. In 17th position, outside the relegation drop, is Everton with 24. In 18th position, we have Southampton with 22 points. And Watford in 19th with 22 points. And last, we have Portsmouth with only 15 points. The next game to be featuring for Matchday 29 on Tuesday, we are going to have Celtic will play Newcastle United. Liverpool and Man City is a very big game. A battle for the title race between Liverpool and Man City. And that will be live at Anfield on Tuesday. The game highlights we're going to have is Southampton versus Arsenal, AFC Richmond versus Aston Villa, Leeds United versus Brentford, Rangers versus Leicester, Everton versus Tottenham, Chelsea versus Watford, Portsmouth versus West Ham United, and Manchester United will take on Wolves. And that's all we have time for here today for Matchday 28 of the Premier League. We'll be back on Tuesday night for Premier League action for Matchday 29. I hope you watch it premiered on YouTube at 8 o'clock on this channel. Until then, for myself here today, Gary Lineker, we'll see you on Tuesday. Have a good night.